Have you ever felt like someone is close, but you just can't see them yet? What if your soulmate is in your city right now, and you're about to cross paths sooner than you think? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you what they're about to do, the signs you're already receiving, and the one mistake that could delay the meeting. And before we go deeper, subscribe, like this video, and comment "I'm ready," so you align your intention with what God is already preparing. Because later in this video, I'm going to reveal the strangest way soulmates are pulled together, and it's happening in your life right now. But first, let me ask you something simple. Have you been feeling more emotional lately, for no clear reason? Have you been thinking about love, even when you're busy? Have you been remembering old pain, even though you thought you healed? That's not random. That's preparation. Here's the truth most people don't understand. God doesn't just send a soulmate into your life. God prepares two souls separately, then brings them together at the exact moment both can handle it. The Bible says He has made everything beautiful in its time. That means the timing is not yours, it's God's. And if your soulmate is in your city right now, then something has already shifted in the spiritual world. Because they're not just walking around casually. They are being moved. They are being pressed. They are being redirected. And they're about to do something that will cause you to notice them. But you might miss it if you're expecting it to look like a movie. Let's get straight to it. Your soulmate is in your city right now, and here's what they're about to do. They're about to break a pattern. That's the first thing. They are about to stop repeating the same relationship cycle, the same toxic people, the same empty conversations, the same situationships, the same almost relationships that never become real. Because God is pulling them out of a loop, and the reason you can feel it is because your soul is connected to the shift. You don't need to know their name to feel their energy. You don't need to see their face to sense their awakening. When one soul begins to wake up, the other soul starts to stir. And right now, they are waking up. They're about to delete someone. They're about to block someone. They're about to walk away from someone. And it's not because they hate them. It's because they finally respect themselves. They are about to choose peace over attention. They are about to choose purpose over pleasure. They are about to choose God over chaos. And that decision is the spiritual door opening. Feeling restless. This is why you've been thinking about love again. This is why your heart has been unusually sensitive. Because the person meant for you is about to become available. Not just single, available. There's a difference. A lot of people are single, but emotionally they're still chained. They still have soul ties. They still have trauma bonds. They still have unfinished pain. But your soulmate is about to cut the cord. And when they do, the spiritual atmosphere around you will change. You will feel lighter. You will feel calmer. You will feel like something is coming. And that's because it is. Now here's the second thing they're about to do. They're about to change their routine. Yes, something as simple as a routine. But spiritually, it's huge. Because soulmates don't meet by accident. They meet by divine alignment. Alignment often looks like a random schedule change. They're about to start going to a different place. A new gym, a different coffee shop, a new church, a new store, a new park, a new walking route, a new workplace, a new event. And they don't even realize why they feel pulled there. But God is repositioning them, so their path can intersect with yours. And this is where the mini cliffhanger comes in. Because the way you'll meet them is not going to be how you think. It's going to be quiet, it's going to be subtle, it's going to be normal, but it will hit your spirit like lightning. You will feel it. And later, I'll tell you the exact moment you'll know. But right now, let's keep going. The third thing your soulmate is about to do is this. They're about to pray differently. Not louder, not longer. Differently. To stop praying for someone and start praying for the one. They're about to stop asking God for attention and start asking God for alignment. They're about to stop saying, "God, give me love," and start saying, "God, make me ready." And this is deep, because when a person starts praying like that, they are no longer desperate. They are surrendered. And surrender is the language God answers fastest. Your soulmate is about to ask God to remove anything that isn't real, and God is about to answer. That's why some of you have been seeing sudden endings around you, friendships fading, people acting strange, old connections dying out. It's not punishment, it's pruning. God is clearing the space because the wrong people cannot stay in your life when the right person is on the way. Now listen carefully. Your soulmate is in your city right now, but that doesn't mean they're ready to meet you today. It means the process is in motion. It means the spiritual paperwork is being signed. It means heaven has already approved the connection. But there's something else. There's a reason God has not shown you their face yet. Because if you knew who they were too early, you would force it. You would chase. You would try to control. You would try to make it happen. And God doesn't bless what you manipulate. God blesses what you trust. So instead, He gives you signs, He gives you feelings, He gives you inner nudges, He gives you spiritual pressure, He gives you dreams, He gives you numbers, He gives you repeated messages. He gives you a strange sense that love is near. And if you've been feeling that lately, this video is not a coincidence. Now let's talk psychology for a second, because I want you to understand this in a grounded way. When two people are approaching a divine connection, both of them experience emotional turbulence, not because something is wrong, but because the nervous system is preparing for change. Your brain doesn't just process love as romance, it processes love as risk. Because love means vulnerability, love means letting someone in, love means being seen, love means being known, and your nervous system will try to protect you from that. So what happens? You start overthinking, you start doubting, you start remembering old pain, you start fearing betrayal, you start wondering if you're good enough, you start asking, what if it doesn't work? That's not intuition, that's trauma. And your soulmate is going through something similar. They are being tested, not by God to punish them, but by life to reveal their readiness. Be placed in a moment where they could repeat their old pattern or choose their new path. And if they choose the new path, they step into you. If they choose the old path, they delay you. This is why your prayers matter right now, because your prayers are not just for you, they are covering them. Now here's the fourth thing they're about to do. They're about to let go of their pride. This is huge, because many soulmates don't meet because one person is too guarded, too closed, too afraid, too independent, too used to surviving alone. And your soulmate has been surviving. They have been strong for a long time. They have been the one who carries everything. They have been the one who doesn't ask for help. They have been the one who acts okay. But behind that, they are tired, and God is about to soften them, not weaken them. Love you properly, so they can receive love properly, so they don't sabotage what God sends. And yes, some of you are going to feel this. You're going to feel like you're becoming more gentle, more patient, more forgiving. Not because you're settling, but because you're healing. And healing is what makes love possible. Now let's go even deeper. Your soulmate is about to do something that seems small, but it's the biggest sign of all. They are about to become more visible. They're about to stop hiding. They're about to stop living like they're invisible. They're about to start posting again. They're about to start going out again. They're about to start showing up again. They're about to start smiling again. And I know that sounds basic, but spiritually, it means their heart is reopening. A closed heart cannot recognize its soulmate. Walk right past destiny. But when a heart opens, it starts seeing. It starts noticing. It starts receiving. And this is why you might have been feeling the urge to glow up, to clean your space, to change your look, to work on yourself, to get your life together, to fix your mindset, to get closer to God. It's not vanity, it's alignment, because your spirit knows something is coming. Now I want to talk about something that might shock you. Your soulmate is in your city right now, and they are probably closer than you think. Not across the world, not in another country. Something that feels like a shortcut. And the way they respond determines how fast they get to you. And you are also being tested. Some of you are entertaining people you don't even like. You're just lonely. Some of you are replying to texts you know you shouldn't. Some of you are staying connected to exes emotionally. Some of you are keeping doors open just in case. But I'm telling you now, if you want the real thing, you have to close the fake doors. Because God will not send your soulmate into a crowded heart. Now let's get to the part you've been waiting for. How will you know it's them? Not by looks, not by money, not by status, not by charm. You will know it by peace. You will feel calm, not anxious. You will feel safe, not confused. You will feel seen, not chased. You will feel like you can breathe, not like you have to perform. And the weirdest part? It will feel familiar. Not because you've met them before, but because your soul recognizes them. You will feel like you've known them, and it will scare you a little. Because real love is intense. Not because it's dramatic, but because it's honest. Now, I promised you a mini cliffhanger earlier. The moment you'll know. Here it is. You will know it's them when you stop trying to impress them. Yes, when you can be yourself without fear. When you don't feel like you have to be perfect. When you don't feel like you have to prove your worth. When you don't feel like you have to earn love. Because the right person doesn't make you feel like love is a job. They make love feel like home. And your soulmate is about to do something else. They're about to notice you, but not in the way you think. Approach you with a cheesy line. They're not going to come with fireworks. They're not going to come with drama. They're going to come with presence. They're going to look at you, and something in them will settle. Like, oh, there you are. And the reason this is so powerful is because your soulmate is not looking for perfection. They're looking for alignment. They're looking for someone who loves God, someone who has a pure heart, someone who has depth, someone who is ready. Now listen, if your soulmate is in your city right now, then you are also in their city right now. That means you are both under the same sky, breathing the same air, living in the same spiritual atmosphere, and God is weaving the paths. But here's the warning. There's one thing that can block the connection. Bitterness. Bitterness is the #1 soulmate killer. Bitterness makes you suspicious. It makes you cold. It makes you assume the worst. It makes you punish new people for old pain. And God will not send your soulmate into a heart that is still holding hatred. Not because God is cruel, but because God is kind. He's protecting both of you. So if you want this connection, release what hurt you. Not for them, for you. Forgiveness is not saying what happened was okay. Forgiveness is saying you will not carry it into your future. Now, I want to give you a few signs that your soulmate is about to move toward you. You've been seeing the same message repeatedly. Not from people, from life, from God. You keep hearing about marriage, you keep hearing about soulmates, you keep seeing couples, you keep having dreams, you keep feeling like love is near. You keep feeling like your old self is dying. Feeling like you don't fit where you used to fit. That's because you're shifting timelines, and your soulmate is shifting too. Now here's something very specific. Your soulmate is about to ask a question they've never asked before. They're about to look in the mirror and say, why do I keep choosing the wrong people? Why do I keep attracting pain? Why do I feel empty even when I'm not alone? And that question is the beginning of their healing. That question is the beginning of their readiness. And when they start healing, they start moving. And when they start moving, they start getting closer to you. Now I want you to do something with me right now. Take a breath and just whisper in your mind, God, prepare me. Not God, bring them, because God already knows. Instead say, God, prepare me. Prepare my heart. Prepare my eyes. Discernment. Prepare my spirit. Prepare my patience. Prepare my love. Because some of you are about to meet your soulmate, and you're going to want to run. Yes, because it will feel too real. It will feel too safe. It will feel too good. And your trauma will try to convince you it's a trap. But it's not a trap. It's an answer. Now I'm going to say something that might be hard. Some of you are addicted to chaos. You don't call it addiction. You call it chemistry. But chemistry without peace is not love. It's nervous system addiction. It's trauma bonding. It's familiarity with pain. Your soulmate is not going to feel like a roller coaster. They're going to feel like calm water. And some of you have never experienced that. So you might mistake it for boredom. but it's not boredom, it's safety to do. They're about to step into a season of growth. They're about to start learning, reading, healing, praying, working, building. They're about to take life seriously because God is preparing them to lead, to provide, to protect, to love. And they are not perfect. Let me be clear. Your soulmate is not perfect. They have flaws, they have wounds, they have fears, but they are willing, they are teachable, they are growing, and that is what matters. Now let me give you the final piece, the most important part. Your soulmate is in your city right now, and they're about to do one last thing. They're about to stop resisting love. They're about to stop saying, "I'm fine alone." They're about to stop pretending they don't need anyone. They're about to stop acting like love is a weakness. Become open. And when they become open, they become magnetized. And that magnet pulls you, and you will feel it. You will suddenly feel like going somewhere. You will feel like changing your plans. You will feel like taking a different route. You will feel like doing something out of character. And you will think it's random, but it's not. It's guidance. It's divine alignment. Now let me end with this. If this message is for you, you already know. Your spirit is already confirming it. Your heart is already warming up. Your mind is already thinking about someone you haven't met yet. That's because your soulmate is near. Not in a fantasy way, in a real way, in your city, under the same sky, and God is moving the pieces. So don't rush, don't chase, don't panic. Just prepare. Stay close to God, stay honest with yourself. Stay open, stay discerning. And when the moment comes, you won't have to force it. You won't have to beg. You won't have to wonder. Because real love doesn't confuse you. It confirms you. So if you're ready, comment "I'm ready." And if you believe God is aligning your steps, hit like and subscribe. Because the next video is going to be about the exact signs you're being spiritually redirected toward them. And trust me, you're going to want to hear it. And before you click away, I need you to hear this next part. Because if your soulmate is in your city right now, there's a high chance you are being watched by destiny. Not in a creepy way, in a spiritual way, like heaven is paying attention to how you respond in this season. So let me ask you another simple question. Have you been getting signs, but you keep talking yourself out of them? If that's you, comment right now. I will not ignore the signs, because the people who type it usually feel something shift immediately. Now here's the second Bible line for today, and it fits perfectly. Love is patient, love is kind. That's not just poetry, that is spiritual instruction. Because if God is bringing your soulmate close, patience is part of the test, and kindness is part of the preparation. Now listen closely. Your soulmate is about to do something else in the next season. They're about to stop chasing the wrong type of attention. They're about to stop needing to be chosen by people who don't even see them. They're about to stop proving their worth to someone who never valued them. And the reason I know this is happening is because your heart has been feeling a strange mix of emotions lately. Like you're ready, but also scared. Like you're excited, but also tired. Like you're hopeful, but also guarded. That emotional mix is not weakness, that's transition. And if you've been feeling that transition, comment "I'm in the shift." Now let me tell you something that will make this extremely real. Your soulmate is not just around, they are also being taught. God is teaching them how to love you before they even meet you. God is teaching them how to communicate, how to be loyal, how to be emotionally mature, how to stay, how to build, how to lead with peace. And here's what's wild. Some of the pain they went through wasn't random either. It was training. Not because God enjoys suffering, because God knows the level of love you need. Some of you are not built for shallow love. You can't survive on compliments. You can't survive on cute texts. You can't survive on temporary feelings. You need depth. You need stability. You need a real covenant type of love. And that kind of love is not common. So God has been preparing a person who can actually handle you. And yes, you too. Because some of you are powerful. You're not just nice. You're not just pretty. You're not just handsome. You carry spiritual weight. And it takes a certain kind of soul to hold that without getting insecure. So your soulmate is being strengthened, and you're being softened. Because the strongest love is when strength and softness meet. Now here's a key part. The closer you get to meeting them, the more your old life will try to pull you back. Old habits, people, old temptations, old distractions, and you'll feel it. Suddenly someone from the past texts you. Suddenly you get invited to something you used to enjoy. Suddenly you feel lonely at night. Suddenly you miss an ex you don't even want back. That is not a sign you're going backward. That is a sign you're almost free. Because right before you level up, the past tries one last time to keep you small. So if you've been getting random messages from old people lately, comment, "I'm closing old doors," and mean it. Because God doesn't bless confusion. God blesses clarity. Now I'm going to describe what your soulmate is like. Not in a generic way, in a very specific way. Your soulmate is the kind of person who values peace over popularity. They might not be the loudest person in the room, but when they speak, it has weight. Online, but they're real. They might not chase clout, but they chase purpose. They might not be perfect with words, but they are honest. And they have a protective spirit. Not controlling, protective. They care about your heart. They care about your future. They care about your soul. And you will feel that instantly, because you are used to people wanting your body, or your energy, or your attention, but not your soul. Your soulmate will want your soul. They will want your mind. They will want your prayers. They will want your purpose. And that's why it will feel different. And if you're craving that kind of love, comment, "I want a soul-deep love." Now listen, some of you are going to meet them in a place you don't even like. Yes, you're going to go somewhere out of obligation, a family event, invitation, a work meeting, a church gathering you almost skipped, a store you rarely go to. And you're going to think, "I didn't even want to come," but the moment you step in, the atmosphere will feel different. And you'll realize God had you there on purpose. This is why I keep telling people, stop ignoring your intuition. Stop ignoring your nudges. Stop ignoring your inner pull. Because sometimes the Holy Spirit guides you in the simplest way, not with thunder, not with a loud voice, but with a quiet go. So if you've been feeling a quiet go lately, comment, "I will follow God's nudge." Now here's another thing your soulmate is about to do. They're about to stop being afraid of commitment. This one is huge, because a lot of people want love, but they fear responsibility. They want the feeling, but they don't want the work. Benefits, but they don't want the sacrifice. But your soulmate is entering a season where they're ready to build, they're ready to choose, they're ready to stay consistent, they're ready to be accountable. And you will notice it, because they won't play games with your emotions. They won't disappear. They won't keep you guessing. They won't give you mixed signals. They will be clear, and clarity is rare. Clarity is attractive. Clarity is divine. Now I want to address the people who are thinking, "But what if I've been single too long? What if I miss my chance? What if I'm too old? What if I'm too broken?" Listen to me. You cannot be too late for what God wrote. You can only be unprepared, and that's what this season is about. Preparation. So instead of worrying, become ready. Aligned. Instead of chasing, become whole. Because when you are whole, you stop attracting half love. And if you're choosing wholeness, comment, "I'm becoming whole." Now, I'm going to give you a strong warning. Your soulmate is in your city right now. But the enemy also knows you're close. So what does the enemy do? It sends distractions that look like answers. It sends people who mirror your desires, but not your destiny. They'll be charming. They'll be attractive. They'll be confident. They'll be available, but they won't bring peace. They'll bring confusion. And here's how you can tell the difference. A soulmate brings calm. A distraction brings obsession. A soulmate brings stability. A distraction brings highs and lows. A soulmate brings clarity. A distraction brings mixed signals. A soulmate pushes you closer to God. A distraction pulls you away. If you've been dealing with distractions lately, comment, "I choose peace over chaos." Now let's bring it home. The reason this message feels so intense is because it's not just information, it's confirmation. Some of you have been praying for love for years, and you've been close, but the timing wasn't right. But now, something is different. Now you're not just asking for love, you're ready to receive it. And your soulmate is also becoming ready. So don't sabotage this season with fear. Don't self-reject before they even meet you. Don't assume they won't like you. Don't assume it won't work. Don't assume love always ends in pain. That mindset is not protection, it's a prison. Now I want you to do one last thing. If you truly believe your soulmate is near, type in the comments, "God is aligning us." And as you type it, opening, not to fantasy, to faith. Not to be obsessed, to peace. Not to despair, to trust. Because the truth is, you don't have to find them. God will position you. God will guide you. God will confirm it. And when it happens, you will look back in this moment and realize this video was one of the signs. So stay ready, stay prayed up, stay open, stay wise, because your soulmate is in your city right now, and they are about to step into your life. And when they do, you won't have to beg, you won't have to chase, you won't have to wonder, you'll just know.